Today, I will give you 5 reasons why I believe that this Dewalt job site table saw is the best DIY table saw on the market. And stick around to the end because there's one thing I absolutely hate about this table saw, and I will show you how to fix it.
Welcome, I'm Tom from Cool About Woodworking, and the first thing we look at is how perfect is that saw out of the box. And you can see here that blade, I have never adjusted it once. It came like this and it is perfectly 90 degrees. Same as the bevel gauge. When it was set to 0, it was exactly 90 degrees. And also the measurements, they were exact to the dot, and the most important part, the fence was exactly parallel to the blade, so I didn't have to adjust anything to start working. It was perfect out of the box. Which brings me to point number 2, adjustability. You literally could adjust every single little tiny detail on this table saw. You can see me adjusting the measurements here, which is super simple with just 2 screws. To adjust the bevel gauge, you use an Allen key to move those bevel stops back and forth. Just don't do it like me and lose the Allen key and then you can't adjust it anymore. And you have to pretend when you do a review a year later. But yeah, you have that both on 0 and on 45 degrees. Next, we're looking at the fence adjustment. So there are a couple of different pins here where you can adjust the fence to cut from 0 up to 83 centimeters. This is why you have 2 strips of measurements, one yellow and one white. Once you keep it closer, you're using the yellow one that goes to 0, and when you move it away, it goes to 83 centimeters. It's always perfect 90 and parallel to the blade. Which brings us to number 3, the dust extractions. Yes, I put that in. I know it's not perfect, but it's a job site table saw, and for that it's amazing. You can see here without dust extraction how much material actually is pushed out by the table saw alone. So this is already a huge achievement. And remember guys, I have a 0 clearance tape installed as well. This comes with an adapter for a shop vac, so it's very simple to use, and every DIY has a shop vac in their shop and can use this table saw with proper dust extraction. I have also tried here the blade guard. While I have to say that was not super successful because I'm only using the blade guard here, not the bottom dust extraction. But again, it helps a little bit. You can use it if you really want a dust-free environment. So now we have a look how easy it is to remove anything that falls into the dust chute. You just take off this cover here and you can see how the dust extraction actually works. The blade presses the air through the dust port in the back, and if something gets stuck here, it's super easy to take off, get out, and then just clip it on and screw it on again. Which brings me to point number 4, power. Yes, it is extremely powerful saw for the category it is in. You can see me here ripping down epoxy like it is nothing. It's not bogging down, it's not making weird noises, it's just cutting through. If you have worked with epoxy beforehand, you know how hard it is. I've also tried many other materials like sheet good that you can see me here breaking down, and also various hardwoods which again, the saw never had any real problems with anything I threw at it. It just is a beast. Which brings me to point number 5, ease of use. For example, this power button here is so perfectly located, you just can press it with your knee and you can lock it as well. So just in case your dog comes in and tries to use the saw. The next one is a doozy. I have owned the table saw for months before I realized how to actually change the riving knife. It is super simple. It has a handle on the side. You just pull it and take it out, and then pull it again, put it in, and it clicks in, and it's super secure. It's the same way with the blade guard. You just pull the handle, take out the riving knife and then put in the blade guard. I think it's obvious that I'm not using the blade guard often enough because first of all I can't put it in and second of all it's super dusty. Anyway, I should use it more often. Next is the push stick, which is right behind the fence. I think that thing is genius. It's so easy to use, you never misplace it and it's just there, which is awesome. One of the biggest feature is here the rack and pin fence, and you can see how it works. It is always 100% accurate and it's so easy to use. You can just use this button. So if you've made it so far, please consider liking this video. It helps out a ton and spreads this video to people who may like to know about this stuff as well. So you're not just helping out me, but also those people. So we're talking now about the miter gauge, which I absolutely hated. Not because of the quality is quite nice, it's all aluminium, just those buttons are plastic, which is totally fine because they're really solid and it's really accurate and easy to use. The one thing I really don't like is the fit of the T-track. There's like a millimeter wiggle room left to right, which obviously makes for really inaccurate cuts. But I'm gonna show you right now how to easily and cheaply fix that. First, you need some painter's tape, but don't get the cheap one. Get the one for exact painting, which has a little bit of a glossy surface. It's a little bit more durable and has the perfect thickness for this application. So we're sticking that on to our miter gauge and cutting it off nice and snug with one of these carpet knives. Next, we make sure that we really nicely fold it over, very tight over the corner, so there's nothing sticking off it. So you can see me, I'm really focusing on the corner, then stick it on to the side. Let's do a test fit and look at this. It's nice and tight and snug fitting. It doesn't wobble anymore at all, but it's still super easy to glide through. I'm doing a bit of a test cut here and see how accurate it is, and voila, 100% accurate.
So one thing that we have to remember, this is a job site table saw. So the tolerances are not as accurate than for example, a fine woodworking cabinet saw. But as a DIYer, we always make it work. So you can build any kind of jigs that help you, like a crosscut slat or other stuff that really makes it accurate, and you can help yourself and make the most amazing projects with it. The best thing I've built for this table saw is this table saw stand with the router table extension. So watch this video right now, and as always, I appreciate you and I'll see you next time.